Yes, that is very true. That there definitely is a space between the in-breath and the out-breath. When you breathe in, there's that momentary silence there, because before you breathe out, and there is a momentary silence there before you breathe in. And it works like that all the time. Now you must have seen a grandfather clock that has the pendulum swinging. But did you know that when the pendulum reaches the right, there is a momentary gap, a momentary stop before it reaches back to the left, and there's a momentary stop there. Good. Now, the whole idea is, with a bit of practice, you'll find it easy, and you do not need to sit down for that, even during your waking life, the waking state, rather. You can notice that gap between the in-breath and the out-breath. And when you notice the gap, you become totally centered within yourself, because your self is a gap that divides up the vital forces within you that makes the body function. And when the vital forces are not there, then you are centered within yourself. In other words, you are centered in divinity. So just take note of that, and with a bit of practice you will notice the gap. Now this does not mean that you must breathe in and try and look for it. It is there all the time. It's a recognition of that. And you'll find a very cool calmness come over you in that momentary second, because that very little pause that comes to your cognition is a realization of the force and power within you from which everything else originates. And that is the whole theory behind finding the gap. Some people catch on to it immediately. Some take a bit longer. But the gap is definitely there. It stills the mind momentarily, and that's all what you need. If you want to get shocked, you don't need to keep the 2 live wires in your hands for 2 hours before getting shocked. You get shocked immediately. And so that second is so important. That second is the moment of eternity. We are totally self within yourself.